most high school football action anywhere. This is 24-Hour News 8 Football Frenzy.
Hi, everybody. Glad you could join us for what promises to be a very interesting football frenzy. We do cater to the hardcore fan here, and tonight we had crews on the sidelines of 22 games. I'm Jack Doles. Jason Terzis, Larry Figursky join me, and we're going to bring you all these highlights. Starting right now, their spotlights. We'll start in the OK Red. Rockford at Muskegon. The Big Reds, the last team to pin a loss on the Rams, and it sure looked like they would again tonight. That's Cavante Keys, quarterback keeper. Look at the tackles he breaks. Busts outside. He's got a few more to break here, and he goes 70 yards in the Big Reds. A 6-0 lead in the second quarter. Rams only points in the first half. Right here, Paul Mudgett, long field goal. It was a 6-3 game at the half. Still 6-3 third quarter. Keys going to do some magic with his arm. The pump fake hits everybody. Hits Javante Hunter for the touchdown. 13-3. That was the score going into the fourth quarter. Rockford, another miracle comeback. Well, here's Taylor Masowitz to Neil Vanderlaan. That's going to cut the lead to 13-9. Extra point was no good. Final minute now. About 10 to play. Masowitz to Zach Hagen. 9-yard touchdown. Rockford survives. They are still unbeaten. They knock off Muskegon. Final score 16-13.
Well, after just 2 weeks of conference play, there were only 2 teams in the OK Black still unbeaten. The defending champs from Kenowa Hills and surprising Holland. Take you on out for the highlights tonight. Those guys going head-to-head with the winner, getting a clear path to the conference crown. And early on, it is Holland striking first. Stefan Mayhew taking the handoff right up the middle from 5 yards out. 7-0. Dutch on top with Kenowa coming back. It's Kitwana Clark taking the handoff, comes right up the middle, gets a nice block out in front. This good for 22 yards. Then a few plays later, that run going to set up to this. Kitwana Clark up the middle going in to tie the game up at 7 apiece. So still tied at 7 now. We go to the second quarter, and it is Mr. Clark yet again. This time going straight up the middle. Great blocking by the O-line in from 17 yards out. Kenowa taking a 14-7 lead. Then just before halftime, it is Brendan Carey on the quarterback sneak. Kenowa up 21-7 at the break. They cruise tonight, knocking off Holland 34-7.
Spotlight number 3, shining on Caledonia. The Scots opening the night, tie with Forest Hills Eastern for second place in the OK Gold. The game behind unbeaten Ottawa Hills in the conference. Surprising Bengals 4-0 in the Gold, 5-1 overall, looking to lock up a playoff berth. And surprisingly getting dominated along the line. Luke Wiest here, QB keeper early in the third. It was 29-0 Scots. Later in the quarter, Wiest again, this time to give to Brett McCarty. He goes in from 3 yards out. Caledonia's defensive line simply dominated, shut down a great offense. Chris Pulley to Dante Curry from 41 yards on the high archer, the only scoring for Ottawa Hills. Caledonia rolls 36-7.
We're up to Battle Creek for the longest running rivalry in the state. Kalamazoo Central, Battle Creek Central, been playing each other since 1893, and they played some classics. Remember last year with 4 overtimes? This one nowhere near the drama. Jordan Zwart, quarterback keeper. Maroon Giants up 35-7. They roll 49-20.
Well, next stop, Muskegon Heights, where the barbecue was definitely better than the game. Tigers coach Willie Snead benching the starters tonight for undisclosed rules violation, and it showed tonight against visiting Flushing. Second quarter, this is Van Parker throwing it deep. Deontay Hudson there, and then going to dive for that pylon. He is in for the 47-yard touchdown, but that one of the few highlights tonight for the Heights. We go to the third quarter now for Flushing. It is Keontae Brown coming up the middle and busting it to the outside, and here comes Mr. Brown in for 6 as he dives for that pylon. The Heights getting blown out tonight with those starters benched 45-12.
In the Kalamazoo Valley, 4-2 K Christian, 3 chances to get 2 wins to return to the postseason, facing already playoff-bound 6-0 Panthers of BC Penfield. And on the first play of the game, that's Kevin Wazensky, gone, 79 yards. And a quick 7-0 lead for Penfield. A little later on, same guy does it again. This time will be a 10-yard effort to put Penfield up 14-0. This time to the left side. And in Christian's Jordan DeHaan did set up, bring these guys back, but Penfield just too much tonight. They win at 28-21.
Got those Green Bay Packer uniforms. OK Silver, Kelloggsville wrapped up a playoff berth last week. Now they get their sights set on a conference championship took a big step toward that against Godwin Heights. Ralph Peterson on the toss sweep. He's going to go 34 yards untouched. They had a 39-0 lead at the end of the first quarter. Chris Brown, another huge game. Over 140 yards, 4 touchdowns. Kelloggsville absolutely pummels Godwin 71-20.
Ouch. Next stop, Mona Shores, where the Sailors are celebrating the school's 50th year anniversary. They also took another step toward their first playoff berth since 1982 by knocking off visiting Union. First drive of the game for the Sailors, it's DeMar Drayton in from a couple yards out. They struck first. Then later in the first quarter, it is the give to Raywan Bell, and Ray with some nice cutback there. This is good for a 36-yard pickup. Finally slips on that wet turf at the 25. A few plays later, he takes it in from 16 yards out. Mona Shores no problems tonight with visiting Union, 42-19.
Stop number 9, Grand Rapids. Tim Swore, the 5-1 Mustangs of North Point Christian, trying to wrap up their first ever playoff berth in just their second year of existence. Tommy Tresh on the 35 to give to Jake DeVries, who carries it the rest of the way. North Point Christian got off to a huge lead and rolled tonight, and they actually got out the Gator. Well, they went with the water, so they didn't soak them with Gatorade. Tim Swartz in the playoffs in year number 2. Congratulations to he, Chad Curtis, and the rest of the group there. They have reached their goals. Look for more with Tim next week, 5 o'clock on Friday for a special inside look at that team.
Game 10 takes us to the OK Blues. Sparta at West Catholic. Boy, the Falcons are flying on a homecoming night. First quarter, Nick Ford, quarterback, keeper. And he's going to bust this with 48 yards. Missed extra point. West Catholic had an early 6-0 lead. Ford had a big afternoon. Here he goes to the air, this time to Joe Slomski. 48-yard touchdown pass, 2-point conversion, made it 14-zip. West rolls 69-21.
Well, Midwest League baseball season, of course, is now behind us, but fans still coming to Fifth Third Ballpark in Comstock Park for a little football. Ferris State played there last weekend. This weekend, Coopersville and Forest Hills Northern. How about Travis Smith hooking up with Brandon Jansen for Coopersville, going in for the touchdown in Coops after an 0-2 start, reeling off 5 straight wins, 34-25, the final tonight over the Huskies.
Our 12th and final stop of the first half, Hausman Field tonight in the final home game ever for the Rams of Grand Rapids Central. This, of course, Central's final season of football championship teams from 1947 and 66 on hand. Second half, 21-0 Belding, spoiling the party. That's Tyler Mayer. Up the gut, it was 28-zip. A little later on, a nice run here from 15 yards out from Zach Chickering. Belding spoils Central's home farewell, 40-0.
It's halftime on the Frenzy. When we come back, we'll check in on the OK White highlights from 10 more games coming your way.